The Cocky Princess.
Once upon a time, in the enchanting kingdom of Eldoria, there was a king named Joe. This king had a unique daughter, Princess Amelie, a smart and independent young lady. King Joe deeply loved his daughter and wanted only the best for her. One day he decided that it was time for Amelie to marry and find a prince worthy of becoming king beside her. He organized a grand ball at the castle and invited all the princes from neighboring kingdoms. The preparations were underway, and the castle was decorated splendidly, but Princess Amelie was not delighted with the idea. She did not want to marry a prince chosen by her father. She wanted to follow her own dreams and decisions. As the night of the ball arrived, the castle was filled with charming princes, each trying to win Princess Amelie's heart. However, Amelie, with her independent nature and inventive spirit, found none of the princes to her liking. They all seemed more interested in the crown than in her. During the evening, Amelie, annoyed by the repeated proposals, decided to show her disinterest in a somewhat arrogant manner. The first prince, named Prince Hector, who was rather corpulent, approached her with a big smile. "Princess Amelie, I am honored to meet you. Allow me to offer you my heart and hand." Amelie, with crossed arms and a mocking smile, replied, "Oh, Prince Hector, don't you think you should first find a diet that suits you before thinking about marriage?" Prince Hector, red with shame, quickly moved away. Soon after, another prince, extremely thin, named Prince Theo, approached. "Princess Amelie, I have seen you from afar, and I must say your beauty has enchanted me. Would you accept to dance with me and perhaps consider marrying me?" Amelie burst into laughter. "Prince Theo, you should maybe eat a little more before thinking about wearing a crown. You might disappear behind the throne." As Amelie thought she had finished rejecting the suitors, a short prince named Prince Leon stepped forward with determination. He stood tall despite his small stature and offered a warm smile to the princess. "Princess Amelie, I am Prince Leon, and I would be honored to make your acquaintance." Amelie, unable to suppress her laughter, responded sarcastically, "Prince Leon, are you sure you didn't just get born? You look like you still need a bottle." Prince Leon, though hurt by Amelie's cruel words, replied with dignity, "Princess Amelie, the height of a man does not define his worth. I hope you find someone who truly deserves your heart." Princess Amelie had noticed a charming prince standing aside, observing the scene with amusement. He had a warm smile and sparkling eyes that captivated Amelie. Despite her attraction to this prince, Amelie decided to continue her sarcasm to hide her true feelings. She approached the charming prince and said sarcastically, "And you, Prince Charming, do you think you could endure my constant sarcasm?" The prince smiled and replied gently, "Princess Amelie, despite your sarcasm, I see in you a strong and intelligent woman. One day you will realize that I am the man who completes you, and you will be my queen." Despite the sweet and encouraging words of Prince Lucas, Princess Amelie decided to refuse his proposal. Prince Lucas, disappointed but respectful of her decision, bowed politely and withdrew, leaving Amelie alone with her thoughts. The next morning, King Joe, irritated by his daughter's refusal, summoned Amelie to his office. His face displayed a stern and determined expression. "Amelie," he said firmly, "it is time for you to stop your whims. I gave you the chance to choose your own destiny, but you rejected each suitor without valid reason. From now on, things will change. The first minstrel who presents himself today to ask for your hand will become your husband, whether you like it or not." Princess Amelie, boiling with anger at her father's authoritarian decision, struggled to contain her frustration. She knew her father was stubborn, but she could not accept marrying someone she did not love. Prince Lucas heard of King Joe's decision. Determined to marry Amelie, he decided to disguise himself as a minstrel and ask for her hand in marriage once again. The next day, disguised as a simple minstrel, Prince Lucas presented himself at the castle. He sang a sweet and enchanting melody that caught everyone's attention, including King Joe and Princess Amelie. Impressed by the minstrel's talent, the king invited him to come forward. Prince Lucas, maintaining his disguise, stepped forward before the king and Princess Amelie. His voice was filled with emotion as he said, "O King Joe, I am but a simple minstrel, but I come here today to ask for the hand of Princess Amelie. I know I am not a prince or a nobleman, but my love for her is sincere and true." Princess Amelie, despite the minstrel's sincere love disguised as Prince Lucas, refused to marry him, preferring to follow her own path. King Joe, obstinate, ordered the marriage by force. Amelie, feeling betrayed, married hastily and left the castle. After marrying the minstrel disguised as Prince Lucas, Princess Amelie was taken to a small, modest house, far from the splendor of the castle. Prince Lucas had decided they would live there, without any servants, where Amelie would have to prepare meals and maintain the house herself. Amelie, accustomed to the comfort of the castle, felt disoriented and helpless in the face of this new reality. She spent her days taking care of household chores, far from her family and everything she had always known. Prince Lucas began to impose additional tasks on her. He ordered her to cultivate a small garden to harvest vegetables and fruits, which she would then have to sell at the market to earn money. As the days went by, Amelie immersed herself in the hard work of the land, striving to meet her husband's demands. Despite her initial resentment, she began to understand that Lucas's goal was not to make her suffer, but to teach her a lesson in humility. She realized that this experience allowed her to see the world from a new perspective, away from the luxury and privileges of the castle. Even though life was difficult, Amelie found comfort in learning new skills and becoming more independent. Meanwhile, Prince Lucas watched with kindness as Amelie made progress, proud of how she accepted the challenges that came her way. He hoped that this trial would bring them closer together and strengthen their bond, despite the difficult circumstances they were in. One morning, as Amelie prepared to go and sell the vegetables at the market, she discovered with horror that all her work had been destroyed by a thief who had taken everything. Devastated and desperate, she returned home, tears in her eyes, to announce the news to her husband. Entering the house, she saw her husband sitting at the table, looking worried. She burst into tears in front of him, telling him what had happened. Lucas took her in his arms and comforted her, assuring her that everything would be fine. It was then that he revealed his true identity as Prince Lucas. Amelie was shocked but also relieved to finally know the truth. Lucas then explained that everything he had done from the beginning was to teach her a lesson in humility, to help her become a better person. Filled with regret for her past behavior, Amelie expressed her apologies to Lucas. She realized how she had been blinded by her own pride and vanity. Lucas held her in his arms and assured her that she was no longer obliged to sell the vegetables, that he was there for her, to love and support her. The couple lived in the majestic castle of Prince Lucas. Surrounded by luxury and splendor, Amelie and Lucas finally found the peace and happiness they had been searching for. They learned to truly know each other, to love and respect each other, living a life of prosperity and contentment. The castle became their home, a symbol of their love and devotion to each other.
For more fascinating and exciting stories, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get all the latest updates.